characters.
Right, how's that going in practice? Well, reasonable, I think. It's very, very slippery. We had to put one new tyre on it this morning. We went out on slicks, and it was getting better and better as the time went on. Maybe I wasn't getting better and better, although I think we're up amongst it. We've been off on the gravel a couple of 3 times just to see what it was like. I've got a team of 5 great volunteers. Of an accountant, man that works as a civil servant, man who works in a computer place, and a proper mechanic, and me. It's our team, all unpaid volunteers, and a great bunch of blokes, they really are. We drive each race as it comes, and yes, when I've got a steering wheel in my hand and the throttle under my foot, I'm happy. Sideways, off, makes a difference. It's a race, it's down to me.
I came out of it relatively lightly, you know, it's just a nose cone for me, because I was in a straight line. There was no sideways impact. This must be the first race where everybody got a good start. Right. And they just all got to the same bit, same time, and this is what happens, you know. Some came out better off than others, really, looking from the gaps in the grid.
As far as I can remember, a car was on the grass on the left-hand side and came back into the pack, perhaps hitting me on my left-hand side, but spun me round and sent me into the barrier on the left-hand side backwards, going very fast. But it took other cars out as well. About 7 or 9 cars were taken out. But I don't know who was the culprit. Whoever was travelling up the grass was the culprit.
Fabulous race with Mark, yeah, side-by-side stuff. I know Mark well. We've driven against each other and with each other many times, and no, good clean fun, excellent.
With Chris Hodgetts securing his 3rd successive victory in a row, Silverstone proved to be a memorable event in more ways than one.
People coming into the sport who want to get a lot of experience with powerful motor cars on slicks. It's an ideal championship, it's obviously well promoted.
On reflection, the spectacular collision at the opening lap focused attention on the fact that nothing in motor racing is guaranteed, including the fine line between triumph and possible tragedy. At this halfway stage in the season, the tussle was clearly on for the title of the Tuscan Challenge Series. The main contenders being Jerry Marshall, Steve Cole, Chris Hodgetts, John Kent, Simon Wayne, and of course, Jeff Allen. Over the remaining 6 races, competition between the drivers increased dramatically. The Tuscan cars were standing up admirably to the trials and tribulations of first-class racing, as the Tuscan Challenge thundered on through the long, hot summer of '89.
Alton Park is a real driver's circuit. It's a park, it's uphill, it's downhill, there's cameras all the wrong way. So if you do go off, you hit something at Alton Park.
It really shows the speed of the cars around a circuit like Alton Park, where it's twisty and narrow and bumpy, and it really brings the speed of the cars home. They're quite exciting cars to drive.
It's a very friendly series. You get a lot of help from TVR. They've been very, very helpful. Any queries, any problems, they'll always help and sort you out. And all the other competitors are the same. In any other type of racing I've done before, it's always been very much like them against us. But there's a lot of camaraderie with the TVR series, and I've enjoyed that.
Jerry Marshall indicating, well, his complaint is that the front row made it very narrow for him to get through. Likes to go on go the green. And Jerry Marshall is the other side
say everybody's out to win. I'd be happy to come somewhere in the first 15. In fact, I'll be happy to finish on it.
I don't think there's any pressure on me to do staggeringly well, so I'll just knuckle down and get my head down, and I'll try for a top 10 or 15, but if I don't, I won't be too disappointed.
Running it on the front row, I suppose. It's good just to be a part. It's a good laugh. Just recently, though, what with the smash for that one at Silverstone and the rest of it, I mean, it's just been a lot of work.
Yes, Alan arrives back to be presented to Big Island by Caroline Fraser. Oh, he looks worn out. And he got a kiss, yeah, and a bottle of bubbly. Yeah, did I hear you say something good front?
I think something's broken.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, someone ought to put an appeal about who was the start line marshal.
But I was just asking, is there any TVR still going? Because there's so many TVRs littered around the track from accidents and blowouts, I couldn't believe it.
I was waving to you. You didn't put the... Hang on, the grid is 2-2. There's positions for people, right? But just a minute, you didn't have the people in their positions.
I think Jerry wondered what was happening as well. He was making peculiar signs as he came past the pit.
Yeah, I don't know where they pick these things up, Jerry, but he's got some code.
Well, I'm afraid you can. You look at the bluebird. Well, I'm going to see the clerk of the course because you can. They weren't where they should have been.
Well, I found in the first two laps with cold tyre, she was a real brute. But yeah, I hope to come back at the last race of the season and do the same.
Someone's in the wrong position. He should have a penalty for a jump start. It's not where it's meant to be, like. Well, why do we practice then? We practice with position. With position. Otherwise, we might as well all start together.
And so, race 7 at Alton Park finished with Jeff Allam claiming the laurels for the third time in the season. On to Castle Combe for race number 8, which once again proved to be Steve Cole's lucky circuit, where he won for the second time in a closely contested race, which had become the established pattern in the Tuscan Challenge Series.
Absolutely splendid. The TVR Tuscans really looks very good indeed. They really are splendid racing cars, enormously powerful and very, very rapid indeed.
The weather forecast is mixed. At the moment, the track is very greasy, we'll go out on dry tyres and we'll just have to try and set the suspension up to cope with the greasy conditions.
Dingle Dell, which everybody was worried about, I do know. In my car anyway, it's fine, no problem at all. Just leaves the ground like everybody else's and tends to land pointed in the right direction, so it's good.
I had a bit of a problem in practice. The roll bar came adrift, so I'm hoping to you know, do a bit better in the race.
Horsepower engine for the race. It isn't quite right. Well, it wasn't quite right for practice, so we're 8th on the grid for practice, but we're quietly confident it'll be a lot better for the race. You know.
We did have a small problem with the fiberglass catching fire, just around the exhaust. Nothing we can't put right, and we should go and get them during the race.
Race number 9 at Brands Hatch gave Jerry Marshall his first well-earned victory. And in stunning form, he went on to win the following race at Snetterton, taking much-needed points to place him as one of the main contenders for the series. The penultimate race at Cadwell Park featured the Big Four yet again, with Jeff Allam securing this vital victory, a prime position to enter the final race at Oulton Park.
Absolutely flat out because we didn't really have the backing, plus I didn't have the experience for being my first season, but I'm loving it,
Well, it's been a very enjoyable series, a great series, some very close racing, and we're definitely going to be doing it again next season.
If 2 people don't finish, we could finish 5th, I think. If those 2 people finish, we'll be 7th. And if I finish, of course, there's the other thing. Yeah, it's looking at it positively.
There's been quite a bit of, you know, development with the cars, and I think, you know, some of the top drivers are getting got a bit close the last 2 or 3 events, but now it's all been sorted out for first place. At least second place is still up for grabs.
The racing could have finished at 3 o'clock. Everybody could have had a great afternoon. Would have been good socially every way. As it is, 6 o'clock could well be pouring down. It's bound to be dark. I mean, it's just a wrong way to finish a series like this. Particularly when you see the first race on the card is the pre-1971 road-going bloody saloons or something, which could have gone around at 9 o'clock without arming themselves, you know. I mean, they've got full headlights, heaters, heated rear windows, you know, and they only do 70 down the bloody straights. There's no problem. I mean, it's crazy. You know. Am I sounding bitter? Sorry, I'm bitter.
That's right, yeah, it's good spectator value, and you know, I'll be looking forward to getting out there and racing. This is the way I wanted to finish. I want to go out there. We've got Frank sitting here today, there's Jerry, there's Chris Hodgetts, there's a good field of cars up the front, and I want to beat those. You know, I like tough competition. That's what I'm in it for. So I'm not scared of taking them on. So yeah, I'll be out there giving it all we're going today.
Well, unfortunately, I've had a bad practice because we lost the clutch on the first lap of practice, and I was, in the end, in the wet, I had to just leave it in fourth gear and trundle around the best I could. So unfortunately, I qualified 13th, but it's dry. We fixed the clutch, my pipe was fractured, and I'm going to go for it.
Well, of course, we all went out in the wet today for the first time, truly wet, and that was a new experience for everybody, because it didn't slow the likes of Jeff Allen down. But it was that was another piece of the learning curve, if you like, and we don't know whether we're going to be wet or dry today, so it could be the devil or the deep